December 14th. President Marcos orders an intensified drive against agricultural smuggling. President Marcos has directed the Bureau of Customs and the Department of Agriculture to intensify the campaign against agricultural smugglers as they disrupt the supply chain and impact the prices of goods in the market. Marcos said this as he led the inspection of 178.5 million pesos of smuggled mackerel in Manila on Saturday, December 14. In his remarks, the president said that the seizure of the smuggled mackerel marks the first case filed under Republic Act No. 1, 2022, or the Anti-Agricultural Economic Sabotage Act of 2024. The Philippine Coast Guard explains that it's identification spoofing, detailing how China manipulated a vessel's signal to trick shipwatchers. The Philippine Coast Guard accused China of intentionally misleading the international community after a supposed China Coast Guard vessel was tracked in San Felipe, Zambales, even if it was actually in Hong Kong. Concerned residents monitoring dredging activities in San Felipe reported to the PCG the detection of a supposed CCG ship with bow number 21543 in their coastal waters last December 10th, raising alarm that China has already crept up into their town. Commodore J. Tariella, PCG spokesperson for West Philippine Sea, said the incident was a clear case of automatic identification system spoofing, which refers to the manipulation of a vessel's signals to deceive or confuse other vessels or authorities. The chief of the Department of Social Welfare and Development says that politicians are not the implementers of Ayuda sa Kapos ang Kita program. Department of Social Welfare and Development Secretary Rex Gatchalian reiterated on Friday, December 13, that the agency is the sole implementer of the Ayuda para sa Kapos ang Kita program, or AKAP, a one-time cash assistance program for eligible beneficiaries whose income falls below the poverty threshold. On December 11th, the bicameral conference committee, composed of congressmen and senators, approved the restoration of the 26 billion peso AKAP allocation in the 2025 national budget. Gatchalian further explained that the potential beneficiaries of AKAP are assessed individually by DSWD social workers before any cash aid is provided. Representative Robert Ace Barbers will reveal a mystery witness at the quad-comm hearing next year. The next House quad-comm hearing won't happen until January next year, but overall, Chairman Surigao del Norte's 2nd District Representative Robert Ace Barbers is already hyping their next mystery witness. In an interview on Friday, December 13th, Barbers revealed that new witness on the topic of Philippine offshore gaming operators has signified intent to provide information to the mega panel. Without sharing specifics, the Mindanao lawmaker said the testimony of the new witness could give more weight to the investigation on POGO. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration says that Amihan and the shear line will bring cloudy skies and rains over parts of Luzon. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration announced that parts of Luzon will experience cloudy skies and isolated rains on Saturday, December 14th. In its weather forecast, PAGASA said the northeast monsoon will affect northern and central Luzon, while the shear line will influence the eastern section of southern Luzon. As a result, Quezon Province and the Bicol region can expect cloudy skies with scattered rains and isolated thunderstorms. The Boy Scouts of the Philippines mourns the death of 3 Boy Scouts in Zamboanga City. The Boy Scouts of the Philippines mourn the death of 3 Boy Scouts who were electrocuted in a campsite in Zamboanga City on Thursday. The BSP has ordered a moratorium on all outdoor scouting activities nationwide following the incident and reaffirmed its commitment to the safety and well-being of all scouts. It emphasized its adherence to strict protocols for planning and executing scouting activities, including jamborees. Syrians cheer the end of 50 years of Assad rule at the first Friday prayers since the government fell. Exuberant Syrians observed the first Friday prayers since the ouster of President Bashar Assad, gathering in the capital's historic main mosque, its largest square, and around the country to celebrate the end of half a century of authoritarian rule. The newly installed interim prime minister delivered the sermon at the Umayyad Mosque, declaring that a new era of freedom, dignity, and justice was dawning for Syria. The gatherings illustrated the dramatic changes that have swept over Syria less than a week after insurgents marched into Damascus and toppled Assad. Amid the jubilation, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with allies around the region and called for an inclusive and non-sectarian interim government. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social media. Thanks for tuning in to